Okay, Vera.
Hi.
Do you know what time it is, Vera?
It's time to eat.
Stay right here.
Okay. Oh gosh, here we go.
Okay, you guys.
I knew that was down there for a reason.
Oh, you saw it?
Yes. What does that mean?
It's spiritual question and answer time.
Oh, very cute. I like that.
Okay. So, first of all, that thing is so much better when you do it.
When you left, I went. When you put it down.
Okay. So, everything that we talk about on our channel, you can find on our website at Enlightenment. So, angels, past lives, readings, all the cool stuff you can find there. And Angus right here is featured in our art, but you know what? We have private gatherings. If you want Angus to come, have a trance with Angus at your house, you can find that on our website. And as always, like, share, subscribe, and comment. We love that.
We do.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So let's jump into our Q&A today.
Q&A. Q&A.
And during our live show this weekend, we had a really good question come in from Nana Rose.
Correct.
All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the question that Nana is asking is it true that we are the sum of our past lives? And is there such a thing as spiritual DNA? I would love to know the real truth. Thanks.
Well, taking my cue from Chrissy, that's a deep subject. But there is such a thing as spiritual DNA. And actually, scientists have found it. It used to be known as, I believe they called it the dark side or the shadow side of the DNA.
Wow.
Because you know how DNA has 2 strands? Well, spiritual DNA has like 10 strands.
Oh, wow.
But it was for some reason they called it dark because they didn't know what it was. And
Yeah,
now they're
couldn't
starting to
understand
find
it.
out what it is. So it's amazing. And when we come into life, we get all of these experiences, and all of that experiences is in our soul, which is our spiritual DNA. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, there is such a thing as spiritual DNA, I believe, anyway.
What I loved about this question is...
Good question.
Yes. We, in our soul, we were just talking about it, but in our soul, we are the summation of all of our past lives. And I have to say that is one of the most healing things that has helped me to heal in this lifetime was discovering that truth. Because like you were just saying before we went on air, is that all that soul's knowledge and experience and everything that we've lived before is within us. I mean, that is the summation of all our past lives. And revealing that truth, because on the other side, we are in full knowledge. We know everything that we've experienced. We are that summation. And we are here too. It's just remembering it. And so it's so exciting. It's so amazing how those truths can really help us in this life with so many things that we're going through.
Exactly. And help others too.
Yeah, whether it's our self-worth, whether it's whatever it is.
So science has already recognized that there is spiritual DNA.
See,
so
that's
it is
amazing.
a thing. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I mean, we've known it forever, but science is starting to catch up, right?
That's so cool about the DNA strands.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
And Carl Jung had a really good quote on that. He's saying our greatest treasure is not natural possessions or money, but is that which is hidden deep within our superconscious. It is that dark, unused part of ourselves that is, in fact, light that is unconscious of itself.
See how awesome is that?
Carl Jung is awesome, too.
You know what? That reminds me of another one of my most very favorite quotes of all time. The kingdom of God is within. Like it's all we have to do is unlock that.
Exactly, and that is your spiritual DNA. But I also wanted to, because last week we talked about the Ouija board.
Yes.
And I know it's like a touchy subject because somebody wanted to know how they would tell their child about it.
Right.
And we brought up, there's different protections and I believe that's what you said, right? Whenever you're talking about the angels and
give
all
an
that.
alternative, like using different things.
Yeah, but also not just an alternative. It's that you have to learn how to protect yourself, that kind of thing too.
And respect it.
Respect it, exactly. But the thing is, I know there's a lot of people that say, don't touch it, don't touch it, don't do it. But if we're talking teenagers.
Yeah, that's exactly what
they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So just be frank and say, it's not a game, that kind of thing. So that's all I wanted to bring up again, because somebody had mentioned I would not touch that. Well, yeah, of course not. But we're talking about teenagers here, or maybe a little bit younger. But
yeah, that's what kids want to do.
They're gonna experiment. They're gonna do it. So it's better to at least tell them why and what may happen.
Right.
And they're not really experienced enough yet to grasp that.
Exactly.
But
it's good
to use the alternatives you brought.
Yeah, because a lot of times I think
show them how to use cards.
When you and I were growing up, I know that for me it was like, well, don't do that because I said that. I told you not to use it.
Oh, that was a red flag for me.
There was no explanation given. I mean, from my mom, yes, but I'm talking about in general, right? Like my father.
It's not a red flag. It was a go.
Yeah, it's like, okay, that's what you're
green
flag,
right?
Yeah, but to give kids, I think people might do that more now than when we were raised.
Oh, we did it a lot.
They explain more.
Oh,
to
yeah,
their
now,
children
for sure.
Consequences of what.
There's
so
more,
that's really like what you're saying is that's a very good idea.
So that's why we said they're going to do it anyway. So you might as well show them protection. And tell them, you don't want to mess with it, but if you want to try it, just know how to protect yourself. And
you just reminded me of how some parents go, okay, I know you're going to drink, but drink here at home with us.
Yeah.
With if your friends are going to, if your friends and you are going to drink, then do it here in the house and stay over, right? Have a sleepover or whatever. I mean, not that I'm encouraging drinking among kids. I'm just saying,
that's
older,
Yeah.
Anyways.
But if they want you to show them what it's like, just say, I don't want that energy in my house.
Yeah, right.
But they're going to experiment. I'm telling you.
Exactly.
I know it's not touch it, don't do it, don't do it. It's bad, but children.
I think a lot of us, even though we may be older, we know what it felt like.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we do, right?
I mean, we even did it when we were drinking as teenagers. It's stupid. But you do stupid stuff.
That's how we learn, and we want to experience things. Exactly. Okay, so next question. We had a question from Neat Weaver. So, Neat Weaver was commenting on the video that we talked about Kobe and Gianna Bryant. And Neat Weaver said, I kind of thought they were also soulmates too. They were so close and loved each other dearly. And so we just wanted to point out that I don't know if somebody that was commenting said they were soulmates.
Because I said they weren't.
Yeah, we were saying that they could be kindred souls.
Oh, very much so. But soulmates usually do not. I can count on one hand from clients that I've had that had soulmates come into life with them. And it's a very short life. One of them, they don't stay together for whatever reason. But yeah, so kindred souls, definitely.
That's different, yeah.
But not soulmates.
Yeah, because with kindred souls.
But they hang out on the other side. I mean, they're a close-knit soul tribe.
Right, yes.
The ones that they are a part of.
Yeah, and kindred souls, they come into life over and over again with each other. They're friends on the other side. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, definitely. Okay.
Good question.
Yeah.
I love these
your
questions.
Yeah.
They have really good ones.
I know it. Okay. So do we want to do which one?
You can do both of them.
Okay.
Ivory starseed?
Yes.
Ever heard of twin souls having matching birthmarks? It depends on what you mean by twin souls. Because we've talked about how Angus and I have come into lifetime after lifetime as brothers, sister, twins, that kind of thing.
Right.
So I call that kind of like twin souls.
Me too, because that's our understanding of it.
We don't believe that we share the same soul. Everyone has their own soul in our philosophy. If you don't believe that and you really resonate that, twin souls share the same soul, then you go with what you believe in. But that's our philosophy.
Right.
Yeah. Good question.
Yeah, but kindred souls, they share matching birthmarks, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Soul
next,
tribe people? Yeah.
Exactly. SeeriousLisa is asking, I can't see the word.
Where do you see
regrettably.
Okay, I already answered that one.
Regrettably. There we go. Because you make it so insightful and interesting, I don't have a birthmark. However, if you'd like to look into a past life of mine, I would be delighted. Okay.
And who is this?
This is SeeriousLisa.
Oh, SeeriousLisa, where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay, so what I got for you, SeeriousLisa, is that you were a nurse in a past life, and it was those nurses that had that weird hat thing, and then they wore capes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know what time frame that is, but you can research that. And where is she again? Oh, SeeriousLisa. Yeah, and your specialty, because of your, even back then, your spirituality, even though you called it your religion, but it was the essence of your soul is spirituality, and not like a church or affiliation with a church.
Right, not a religion per se.
Yeah. So, but your specialty and what people around you really did not want to do because it was so challenging is help people when they're dying. You were amazing with dying patients, and you knew that they were going on to something else. She actually witnessed some of her patients holding up their hands like they're reaching for someone. Oh, that gave me goosies.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it was really awesome. That was your passion. That's what you love to do. You didn't marry in that
That
lifetime.
just gave me the chills all the way down to my toes.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
So you were devoted to your profession in that one.
Wow.
Yeah. And you were not lonely, so don't worry about that.
That is really, really neat. Talk about being the summation of our lifetimes.
Yeah. Spiritual DNA, that's yours right there.
I'm sure she can visualize that.
Yeah, the passion she has, the compassion, the passion she had for all of her patients, but more so, she really sat with the people that were dying, because sometimes family didn't make it or weren't there, just because of the time frame kind of thing.
Wow. That is really amazing. Was there any more Q&A, Vera, that we had?
Oh, let's see. I think it was Twinkle Karma.
Oh, God, that's right.
Did you do her?
Okay, Twinkle. Here we go. You want me to read the whole dream? I had a dream. Here we go. In which a woman said, 6 weeks before I woke up, to be honest, it made me feel nervous for a few days, and I felt this heavy presence around me for 2 days after. I prayed against it, and it lifted the heavy feeling, but I am left with the question as to why 6 weeks was mentioned. Is it possible to get clarification on this? I have dreamt about prosperity and have had 4 people mention that I need to take time for myself. Is this a period of awakening? Does the retrograde have any influence? Is this a warning? So many uncertainties, and I understand I cannot control them, but any help would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, excellent.
So a woman said 6 weeks.
It was her guide, Dorothy, that was reminding you that you're going to be starting a new, I guess you could say it's a new beginning, and it's kind of like we get to a certain point and then we decide we want to do something different. So hers is like 6 weeks that was going to start her, that little thing inside of us that says, I don't want to keep doing what I'm doing, or I'm really resonating to this over here that I've never done before. So that's what you're going into in 6 weeks. And it's also, where are you, Twinkle? Is it Twinkle? Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's going to be a whole new way of thinking about life too. So it's a new beginning for you. And the heavy feeling was kind of like, oh God.
Yeah.
Like, I have to start over again, or,
starting out on a new journey, huh?
Yeah. So, but it's actually, you're just letting go of what no longer works for you, and then moving on to things that you want to have around you and people around you that are like-minded, that kind of thing.
Okay. This goes perfectly into our last subject that we wanted to tell everybody, Vera.
Okay.
And it's right there.
Oh, okay.
Unless there was something else
there
you
was
wanted to tell.
There was one more. Unless, what time? How many minutes? 15.
It's only been 15.
Okay, well, I'll do this one very quickly. It's Cat 96.
Okay, I remember Cat 96 is right here. And I'm looking. There they are. Okay. Although I don't have a birthmark, I did have childhood Bells Palsy when I was 4. I had to relearn to walk and get my facial muscles working again. But it was good, and I started school on time when I was 5. But I always wondered why this happened.
Okay, so
That's a good question.
oftentimes we pick up things that happened to us in a past life at the age that we are in our current lifetime. So when you were 4 years old in a past life, you fell from your grandpa and grandma's barn.
Oh.
She fell and she broke her back. You broke your back. So you were, and this was like, you were living in the country. God, what time frame was it? Like 1800s or something like that. And then, so you were laid out. You couldn't move, and then you had to. They
my back hurt.
But they told you lived with your grandparents, but they told your grandpa and grandma that you would not be able to walk again. That they had to just get over that, notion. But your grandpa, don't go up against him because he's like,
wow,
my granddaughter will walk again.
Oh,
kind of thing.
I love him.
Yeah, and you did. He helped you. Look at the chills.
This is making me want to cry. This is so sweet.
They were kindred souls.
I love that. This is a great story.
Yeah, so he helped you. He built something that helped you to walk.
Wow.
Because the thing that came to me whenever I was doing this was Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump. And remember how he had to wear those braces? Well, they they didn't look like that, but there was something that he would put on your legs and then he would walk you. He would help you walk.
Wow.
Yeah, and your grandma thought he was nuts. But it worked.
That is so neat.
Yeah.
I love that story.
Yeah, so see? Determination and just
awesome.
I mean, I don't know how the medical field was back then in terms of knowing what was broken and all that stuff, but I'm sure they had x-rays. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. And so the doctor was saying, well, no, she probably didn't really break her back.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Your
they can't be wrong, of course.
Back was broken, but
wow.
You believed in him too.
See?
That's the part about belief, everyone.
Exactly.
The belief system. If you believe it, you can make it happen. Isn't that
the truth? That's the thing about, different types of faith healers and all, whatever it is that people believe in will either work or not. Even like Steve, is it Reeves? Christopher Reeves.
Yes. Is it Christopher Reeves? Yeah, and how he said that he would walk again. Well, even he didn't, but he set up that energy and that people are going to be able to walk. So it started from him. So even though he didn't get to, he had that in his brain that he was going to leave that legacy.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah, so,
That's what it's all about. It's so cool.
Yeah. So.
Wow, that's neat. I love her grandpa.
I did too. He was a crusty old thing, but he was like, he was tough. But he loved her to death.
That's really cool. And
in a good death.
A lot of times I'm always asking, is this person in their life now and what's their, and all those different ins and outs. But if you want to know more, because this is kind of for a basic, brief answer because we have so many, right?
Right.
But if you want a lot more information and how it affects this life and all that good stuff, you can always find Vera's services that are on our website at Souls Enlightenment. So just wanted to tell her that, or him that.
Yeah.
All of us, actually.
Then there's this really cool little exercise that we wanted to share very quickly because I know it's getting long. But because of the retrograde and how it's so amazing right now until March 9th, not that it's not going to be amazing later, but the energy right now is for creativity and manifestation, that kind of thing. So Angus was telling me about writing down things, like everything that you want. Not what you want. Yeah, it's saying everything that you want, but write it down as if you have it already. Mm-hmm. Don't write down, I will because like I have SES Center is profitable and helps many people. We have our nonprofit is Society of Enlightened Souls, and I just have it that the center is profitable and up and running and working great. So that's kind of how, even though it's still in our minds, but that way, and then you put that way that you manifested, it's happened, it's already happened. Then you put a crystal that represents manifestation. If you don't have a crystal that has that, you can use anything that you love to put on top of it to put the energy, because you're the one with the power that puts it into the crystal anyway. Even though the properties have been around for ages and you use those properties, but still, if you don't have it, you can still manifest.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So I use desert rose to put on my little ritual exercise, I guess you could say. I don't know if it's a ritual, but exercise that Angus told me to do, because Arizona girl, plus the center that we want to have in the Southwest.
Right.
So I use a desert rose.
How perfect is that?
Yeah, a desert rose crystal. Yeah. So I put it on top of mine, and then you keep this wherever you can see it every day. You don't have to read it every day because you know what's in there.
Right.
So that's how it helps manifest.
I love that, because we are creators, and when you write it out like it's already happened, it's not that it's something out there. It's already happened, and that energy goes into creating it. It's just amazing how that happens.
Because the minute you start creating it, like how we have with the center, it's already manifesting.
Exactly.
So we just have to catch up with that.
Rolling,
yeah. So
cool.
Write it down before March 9th.
That's your homework.
Yeah. And if not,
if you want.
If you can't do it anytime you do it, it works.
Yeah, because God knows.
Yeah.
It's all in the intent. God will.
Exactly.
It'll get caught up whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
We love you all. Thanks for joining us, and have a great week.
Yay.